Hello students of class 6. Last day we have learned about factors and multiples from factors and multiples chapter. Today from the same chapter we will learn about divisibility test. At first I would like to discuss what is a divisibility test and why we use it. So it is a rule actually for determining whether a number is divisible by another number. But in case of divisibility test, we use it so that we can find out large numbers very easily. Suppose we have a 5-digit number and we want to find out whether it is divisible by 3. So if we divide with 3, it takes a lot of time. But by using divisibility test, we will find out the same thing, that whether it is divisible by 3 or not, but in a quicker method. So now we will learn the methods. The first divisibility test starts from divisibility by 2. So, as we know, 2, we can say that it is divisible by 2 whenever a number is an even number. So, actually even numbers, their ones place digit is usually 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. So that means all numbers whose ones place digit is start 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, those all numbers are divisible by 2. So as you can see, examples are given 20, then 32, 44, 56, 68, etc. So instead of 20, you can also write 30, 40, 50, all are divisible by 2. Similarly, for 32, you can write 42, 52, 62 and so on. So, any numbers whose ending with 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8 all are divisible by 2. So, now the next one, divisibility by 3. Any number we can say is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits of the number gives us a multiple of 3. So, see, an example is given 6, 4, 5, 7, 2. So, if we add all the digits of this number, we get 6 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 2, which equals 24. So as we know, 24 is there in the table of 3. If we multiply 3 with 8, 3 into 8 is 24. That means 24 is clearly a multiple of 3. So that is why we can say that this number 6, 4, 5, 7, 2 is divisible by 3. So any number, if we can take any number and we can add the numbers. After adding them, the answer should be a divisible by 3. So if it is divisible by 3, we can easily say that the number is divisible by 3. Now the next one, divisibility by 4. So divisibility by 4 is generally determined by looking at the tens and the ones place digits of the number. So just see, the example is given 47556. So here we will only focus on the tens place and the ones place digits. So here the tens place digit is 5 and the ones place digit is 6. So we will take as a whole 56 and we will see that whether it is divisible by 4 or not. So if we divide 56 with 4, there is no remainder. So that means 56 is a multiple of 4. So this proves that this number 47556 is divisible by 4. We don't have to divide the number. We will have to only focus on the tens place and the ones place digit, and then we have to see that whether it is a multiple of 4 or not, and that is all for divisibility by 4. Now we will move on to the next one, divisibility by 5. Divisibility by 5 can be determined only by looking into the ones place digit. If the ones place digit is 5 or if it is 0. In both cases, we can say that it is divisible by 5. Whatever big the number is, it doesn't matter. So suppose, let's see, examples are given. The first example is 165. So we can see that the ones place digit is 5. So it is divisible by 5. Simple. Then the next one is 2060. So ones place digit here is 0. So again 5 or 0. So in both the cases we can say that it is divisible by 5. So similarly, the next numbers 360, then 4125, then 75. They all are divisible by 5. You can also take any other number. It can be 25, it can be 100, it can be 125, all ending by 5 or 0. Ending should be with only these two digits. Then only we can say that it is divisible by 5. Now let us move on to the next one, that is divisibility by 6. Divisibility by 6 is possible whenever a number is divisible by both 2 and 3. So for 2 and 3 we have already learned the divisibility rules. So we have to apply both the rules on a single number. And if both the rules are satisfying, then we can say it is divisible by 6. So just like that we have taken an example. The first example is 1356. So clearly in 1356 the ones place digit is 6, which means it is divisible by 2. Also if we add the digits, suppose we are adding 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 6. So the summation gives us 15. So that means it is in the table of 3. 15 is in the table of 3. So it is divisible by 3 also. That means a single number 1356 is divisible by both 2 and 3. So we can say that it is divisible by 6. You can also try by dividing it by 6, and you can see that every time you take any number and you divide it with both 2 and 3, you will see that it is divisible by 6 also. Similarly, other examples are given like 114, then 60, then 48, etc. So these are all divisible by 6. Also, we can take other examples where a number is only divisible by 2 or only divisible by 3. So suppose the first number we have taken is 34. So 34, as we know from the ones place digit, it is 4. So it clearly says us that it is divisible by 2. But if you try to divide 34 with 3, you will see you will get a remainder. Remainder is 1. So which indicates that it is not divisible by 3. So also it is not divisible by 6. So as we know the table of 6, in the table of 6 we have 6 multiplied with 5 is 30 and 6 multiplied with 6 is 36. So that means 34 is not divisible by 6. Similarly, the other numbers like 63, 52, they are also not divisible by 6, as they are divisible by either 2 or 3, but not with both 2 and 3. Now we will move on to the next one, that is divisibility by 7. A number can be said it is divisible by 7 if the difference between twice the ones place digit and the number formed by the other digits is 0 or a multiple of 7. We take an example. Example 1 is 6804. Here we will take the ones place digit. So ones place digit is 4 and we will make twice of 4. So if we multiply 4 with 2, we get 8. Now we will take the remaining digits, that is 680. Except 4, we will take the remaining 3 digits. So now if we subtract 680 with 8, 680 minus 8 gives us 672. So that means it was a 4 digit number, now it has become a 3 digit number. Now we can again apply the same method, because 672 is again a big number and we don't know that whether it is divisible by 7 or not. So that's why we will now take this 3 digit number 672. Here the ones place digit is 2. So if we multiply 2 with 2, we will get 4. And now if we subtract this 4 from 67, we will get 63. So now clearly we know that 67 is a multiple of 7. As we multiply 7 with 9, we get 63. So that means we can say that this number 6804 is a divisible of 7. Now we will take another number which is not divisible by 7. So suppose the second example is 1367. So in 1367, again we will take the ones place digit, that is 7, and we will make twice of 7. So if we multiply 2 with 7, we will get 14. And if you subtract 136 from 14, you will get 122. So now clearly we know that 122, if you divide with 7, you will see you will get remainder, which means it is not a multiple of 7. So this is not divisible by 7. So now moving on to the next one, that is divisibility by 8. In case of divisibility by 8, we will look into the hundreds, tens and ones place digit of the number. Suppose the example here given is 56152. So it is a very large number, but we will take the hundreds, tens and the ones place digit, that is 152. So taking 152, we will divide this with 8 and we will see whether it is divisible by 8 or not. So if you divide 152 with 8, you will see that it is divisible by 8. So that means the whole digit 56152 is divisible by 8. So here is the end of divisibility by 8. Now we will move on to divisibility by 9. Divisibility by 9 is exactly like divisibility by 3. For 3, we had done the summation of the digits and then we had seen that whether that summation is a multiple of 3 or not. So here the same rule applies for 9. We will add all the digits and we will see whether the summation is a multiple of 9 or not. So here the example given is 82566. So if we add the digits 8 plus 2 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6, the summation gives us 27. Now clearly we know that 9 multiplied with 3 is 27. So that means this whole number 82566 is divisible by 9. Now we will move on to the next one, divisibility by 10. So in case of divisibility by 10, we have to only look into the ones place digit of the number. If the ones place digit of the number is 0, only then it is divisible by 10. So examples are 10, 20, 30. You can also take 300, 500, 1000, 5000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, whatever it is. Only looking at the ones place digit, if it is only 0, then only it is divisible by 10. So now we will move on to the last one, that is divisibility by 11. A number is said to be divisible by 11 if the difference of its digits in odd places and in even places is either 0 or a multiple of 11. That means we take a number, suppose it is 90728. Here we have to see which digits are in the odd place and which digits are in the even place. So looking from 8, we will have to look it from the ones place side. So ones place digit is 8. So that means this is digit 1. 1 means it is an odd number, so we will take this. Again the next one, that is tens place digit is 2. But 2 is in the second place. So 2 is a even number. That's why we will not take 2. We will now move on to the third one, that is 7. Again the fourth one we will not take and we will take the fifth one, only the odd place digits. So odd place digits, we have seen that here we have 9, 7 and 8. So adding 9, 7 and 8, we get 24. So now we will add the evens plus digits. So here the evens plus digits is 0 and 2. So if we add them, we will get 2. So now we will have to subtract the odd plus digit with evens plus digit. So if we subtract here, 24 minus 22 gives us 22. So that means 22 is a multiple of 11. We know that very well. So we can say that this whole number 90728 is divisible by 11. Similarly, we can take other examples also. We have to remember which numbers are in the odd places and which are in the evens places. The odd places number and evens places number, whatever number is greater, we have to subtract the smaller number from the greater number and we have to see whatever the subtraction result is, whether it is a multiple of 11 or it is 0. In both cases, we can say it is divisible by 11. But instead of 0 or multiple of 11, if we get any other number, then it is not divisible by 11. So that's all for our divisibility rule today. So I hope you all have understood everything. So in case you have any doubt, please tell me. Thank you.